All right, time now for a little something we like to call Handsome Craig. There he is, living on the corner of First and Football. Let's start you off with the latest on Ezekiel Elliott. Turns out the New York Jets are rumored to have interest now that they didn't get the Dalvin Cook deal done. And, of course, if the Jets have an interest, you know that means douchey Bill Belichick's got to say, we have an interest also, which is obnoxious at this point. But any thoughts on Elliott at this stage of his career, having any gas in the tank?
I think he has some gas in the tank. Look, he would be a great find for somebody who's looking to add depth again to their running back position. He pass pros very well. He's going to get you the hard-fought yards. He's always falling forward. He's a sure guy when it comes to the ball in his hands. He doesn't put the ball on the turf a lot. So he's a guy that you can have on your roster and get some production out of if he's not carrying the load.
Quick question. Would we be signing the name, and we all know who he is, versus the player? You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Like, he can no longer do the things that made him great. He can't. And that's father time. That happens. It's not a knock. It's just the way it is. So am I getting a big name that makes fan bases happy, or am I getting a guy that can contribute?
Well, I think you're getting a guy that can contribute. Like, he contributed to the Dallas Cowboys last season. He just was no longer the Ezekiel Elliott that we had seen in his first few years.
Okay.
Like, he's not that guy anymore. He's clearly shown us that. However, can he still get it done? Yes. The only issue is he plays a running back position, who, for whatever reason we all are trying to find out, they seem to have a devalue of this position and the guys playing at this position specifically when they get older.
Nobody cares about the running back until we're up by a point with 2 minutes to go.
Exactly.
And we got to get 3 yards to get a first down to end the game. Then we value the running back.
Super important again.
All right, let me go to second in football. It happened. It's not as much as I would have thought, but Saints running back Alvin Kamara is suspended 3 games for that, attack in Vegas. I don't call it a fight. Him and his buddies attacked some random dude on an elevator. Could have been 6. We were discussing it last week with Plax. I thought it would wind up being 4, but it is 3. And if you're a Saints fan, that is actually good news. You missed the Titan game, the Panther game, and, of course, the Packer game. Not a quarterback to be found in those 3 games. So all good for New Orleans. You take 2 out of 3, and then you get Kamara back, and then you go on the run.
Yeah, and you have Jamal Williams, who you acquired from the Detroit Lions. Like, look, this is a position where you're still able to stay afloat. Like, we know that division is one of the weakest divisions in all of football. You lose one of your marquee players who provides you something in the running game and the passing game. You got a new quarterback. You want all pieces there. But if you don't have a piece there, fortunately enough for them, they have a solidified guy behind Alvin Kamara in Jamal Williams.
We also have a report that Kareem Hunt is going to visit New Orleans as well. So maybe looking for some depth. And but New Orleans is really strangling the market on bad guys who like to run the football, it seems, at this point. Why not just go get Dalvin Cook also and just run the Navy wishbone offense? I guess that's what they're doing. But it's been so long since they won. I get it. Let's just check the police blotter and hire those guys. Let's go now to third and football. Josh McDaniels. Jimmy G's been throwing the ball to everybody, not on offense.
Shocking.
No concerns. We've also seen some very good throws. It's a very competitive camp.
It's the Raider camp. It's not competitive.
I mean, look, what do you want me to tell you? Jimmy G throwing picks every practice right now. Maybe he just doesn't know the offense. Is that
Maybe.
possible?
Yeah, that has nothing to do with being accurate. It has nothing to do with being accurate. Like, at this stage in his career, you would like to see him completing a lot more of these passes.
Especially in these drills. This ain't hard.
Like, for me, you're going to throw a lot of interceptions in practice. That happens. We've seen Aaron Rodgers now throw it's not been more than one. It's been more than one. You're gonna see this when you're practicing against the same guys every single day. They know what you're gonna do. However, to say that it's not a concern for Aaron Rodgers is one thing.
Yes.
To say that it's not a concern for Jimmy Garoppolo, who none of us truly believes can just completely take over a game and say,
he's not that guy.
Put it in his hands and he'll win it for us. He's never been that guy. So you see him throwing turnovers in games or in practice consistently, it is cause for concern.
Yeah, it also makes me question whether or not you play him in some preseason games, right? Because if he's having a terrible camp and you give the guy 3 years, $70+ million, and the offense looks terrible, you might be forced now to give the offense, your first team offense, a couple reps in a preseason game that you otherwise might not want to. Which brings me to fourth and football, and that's exactly what Sean Payton's doing out there in Denver. He's playing his starters in the preseason, including Russell Wilson.
Let's go, Sean.
I like it.
From day one, he has made it his point to set the tone of this is going to be different.
Yeah.
For everyone, including Russell Wilson.
Now, he's not going to be stupid about it.
No.
You're not going to play your starters all 4 quarters against third-string guys trying to make a name for themselves who are willing to maybe do something a little silly that puts your quarterback in jeopardy. But you're coming off an embarrassing season. And the only way to kind of rid yourself of the stank of last season is to play football and not against yourselves. Go play a quarter. Look good.
And it's not just that they're coming off a poor season. This is a new offense. This is a new coaching staff. We haven't seen it in action outside of our color. Like, meaning our defense against our offense.
Right.
Now we get a true opponent.
Well, they do wear different jerseys, just so you know. Because it gets confusing.
That's why I said our colors.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, I wear red, you wear blue, but it's the same.
Same defense.
Yeah. I'm just putting it out there in case people get confused, like, what's he talking? Good, finish. Sorry.
But you have an opportunity to play against opponents that are going to give you different looks with an offense that none of you have run before and have been against a defense outside of your own defense that wears a different color in practice.
When you tackled that peacock this morning, did you pick it up and make sure he was okay, or you just left him on the street?
He's perfectly fine.
Yeah, he's okay?
She.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Come on, I waited all day to say that. I've been thinking about it.
I think it's great looking.
You finally got something.
I've been so happy with myself. Such willpower. I'm maturing right before your very eyes. Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.